here. We don't know specifically, as you've said, what has taken place at the Pentagon, but this is very serious, striking at the heart of the national government. And as John King was explaining, the White House
Frank, it's Aaron. I need to interrupt you for a second. Again, there has been a second explosion here in Manhattan at the Trade Center. We are getting reports that a part of the tower, the second tower, the one a bit further to the south of us, has collapsed. We are checking on that. We are also told that the Sears Tower in Chicago has been evacuated, and what I can't tell you on that is whether there was something specific that happened there, whether there was an attack on that building yet. We're checking that out.
About 10 blocks north of World Trade Center. Just before 10 o'clock.
This dust is just starting to settle after the second World Trade Center collapsed. We saw it collapse and come towards us.
Marty, I'm Megan.
I'm rolling.
Right. We don't know what's happened inside. What we know we have to do is just keep running the other way. The firemen are going this way, so are the police officers. We don't know what's happening.
When we were talking to eyewitnesses earlier, they said that the situation seemed to be out of control, that the explosions were just running, and it looks as if the tower, one of the towers, has fallen down. Is that your understanding?
The whole went down. The whole building's gone.
It's just gone.
It's gone, and people are in there.
Oh my
God!
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Hopefully they were out.
Nah, no way. No way they got out.
Evacuated that entire building with fire going on.
No way.
And everything.
It's like we keep looking at this and we think to ourselves, how much worse can it get? And every 10 minutes it gets worse.
It's getting bad.
Worse, yeah.
Cabby.
Howard, we were standing here and we were just discussing the things that were going on, and the second building just crumbled right in front of us.
It did. I know.
Do you think it was another crash?
No, I think it was the building that's collapsed. Yeah.
Oh my God! Are we okay?
I think we're okay.
Oh my God! All these people! Oh my God!
Close your eyes, I got you. Oh my God.
Let's go back to CBS.
There are no confirmed fatalities. Now, in Washington, the Pentagon has had a fire and explosions, much speculation of what would have caused the fires and explosions at the Pentagon in Washington, but very few facts. David Martin, our Pentagon correspondent, says that he has seen, I believe it said 5 injured people at the Pentagon. One eyewitness, and only one so far, is quoted as saying he thinks, I put that in quotation marks, he thinks a plane crashed into the Pentagon.
Jared, try and shoot this. Try and shoot this as we run, Jared. Try and shoot this.
I'm shooting this. It fell. It just fell. The second building just fell.
And it hit everything around it. Oh my God!
Oh my God! Yeah, you're right.
Dina with her husband.
Rescue people.
Right. About 9:30 this morning,
Also confirmed
And this is the collapse. We're
from the
showing you this
Associated
is the
Press.
collapse, ladies and gentlemen, on videotape.
The whole middle of the building
just
came out.
happened. Unbelievable.
It's like an implosion, right?
Let's go to Marcia Kramer now in the news.
There was first one plane that hit one of the Twin Towers, a second plane, each about 1 hour ago, and now a third explosion. Ashley Banfield is in Manhattan. Ashley, did you see or hear anything just moments ago?
Oh my God, Chris, this is incredible. I'm looking right at it.
What are you seeing, Ashley?
Well, I saw the explosion for one.
Could you feel it?
Everybody, I can smell it. Everyone around screamed at the time that it happened. It's just unbelievable. I can't see that it's another building. It looks almost in the same position as the second bomb or the second explosion. But it's unbelievable.
What's the scene around you?
What the people on the scene don't seem to realize is that one of the Twin Towers has collapsed.
Back here, right there. We want to go off the street, so we're going to get out of the area as quick as we can. Let's go!
Again, there has been a second explosion here in Manhattan at the Trade Center. We are getting reports that a part of the tower, the second tower, the one a bit further to the south of us, has collapsed. We are checking on that. We are also told that the Sears Tower in Chicago has been evacuated.
How many people on the ground or other buildings were affected by that?
Yeah, that whole area.
It's a 110-story building.
This is our world. That siren is our world.
This is a disgusting display that is humanity right here.
Oh, yeah.
What are you going to say here? There's nothing to be said. I don't know what we're going to do, what good it is to have us on the air right now. I don't know.
They're not letting anybody into the city, are they?
No.
Tom, I don't think it does any good to have us on the air now, does it?
The only thing I'd say about having you on the air, it's some place for people to come.
Right.
Especially people in other cities.
It becomes a big encounter session. If you want to continue that.
All right, I'll stay on the air for a while.
We're looking at the very disturbing pictures from New York of the World Trade Center. Only one tower is standing. The other has collapsed.
What are you thinking? No.
It's Tammy. Hi, Pat. We chose to stay in our hotel room because from our vantage point, we're in a corner suite of this hotel. So we have actually two windows looking out on the corner of our building at the World Trade Center. We could see the building number 2 was going to go, and my husband and I were having a debate, stay, go. And my husband said if it collapses, we'll be killed below. So we chose to stay in a room, which is where we still are on the 35th floor. And the building, literally, when it collapsed, it came...
From the scene now, there's obviously massive casualties. Usually during these things, there's a little bit of a high pitch, but basic calm over the police radios among the emergency workers. I can hear them screaming, signal 1013, which is the police code for help, calling for help at the triage center, where other people who are already injured have been injured more, confirming that the building has collapsed. Dozens of officers, more civilians are injured. And we don't know, although I'd have to suggest, given the size of that building, what progress the evacuation was in of the tower that collapsed.
I can barely breathe! Please send somebody! Okay, the person calling for help, listen to me. You need to calm down and relax. Stand by. We do have somebody on the way. You maintain air. Get off the air. We do have somebody on the way over to you. You remain calm. 10-4? 10-4, I'm in the cab of the truck! 10-4, we do have people on the way over there. Manhattan Field Com, urgent case. 4-3, Manhattan. Stand by, Manhattan Field Com, urgent. com? Field com, go. All right, Manhattan, Division 1-1.
Where are we? Which way to go?
Just stay put. Stay put.
Where are we?
Chopper
in front of
5,
St. Paul's Church on Fulton and Broadway.
Which way to go?
Stay right where you are.
Stay where you are, man.
Stay where you are.
Chopper 5 on 3.
Stay where you are.
Chopper 5. Oh my God. You can get through to the truck. Through to the station.
Adriana!
Everyone is like covered in fucking thousands of people down right now.
Stay low! Everybody stay low!
In the last few minutes, there have been 2 reports, but not yet officially confirmed, that a portion of at least one of the towers has collapsed. But I caution that that's an unconfirmed report, although it comes from 2 sources.
Eric, down here. Stuff is going on in Washington. Did you know that too?
Pentagon, yeah, they got hit.
They're not as bad though, right? The president's probably being spirited away somewhere, huh?
They're evacuating the Capitol. From what I heard, the Pentagon was not hit itself, but there was an explosion nearby.
You are looking at Lower Manhattan. Oh my God. The entire Lower Manhattan is covered with smoke and debris. You're looking at an area of square miles that is completely obscured.
The exchange will not open today.
No, no, they cannot do it now. They cannot do it anything now.
Everything okay?
You're looking at the scene there. On the right-hand side, there are some new developments in New York City. We do believe that there was another blast after the 2 that rocked the Twin Towers, the World Trade Center towers. We are trying to determine now if this was a consequence of one of those 2 earlier attacks, or perhaps this was a separate explosion.
Or it was a separate explosion.
Right. We do believe
that's what we're trying to sort out. But it's beginning to appear that there was a separate explosion, but again, that cannot be sorted out at this moment.
Collapsed. One of the 2 towers is gone. The people on the scene are so engulfed in the smoke, it's understandable, and they're not looking at the larger scene that we are, but one of the World Trade Center towers, unless...
no, that's being confirmed on the wires right now.
The South Building has completely collapsed.
See you later. Go ahead, baby.
That's this. I mean, everyone there is gone. Everybody in that building. Everybody in that building must be gone. I mean, there's probably a few in the bottom that made it, but I mean, you think about that building.
The elevator's probably jammed.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, it went right through the middle of the building. And you think about the top fell off, so everybody up above where the plane hit must have got it. Everybody on the bottom where that was standing around trying to help probably got it. Oh boy. Look at the dust. I mean, it just...
It's all of
it's taken...
New York, or Manhattan is completely done.
This is going to be a long time before this clears.
Yes, here, Thomas.
One thing I might add is that in recent years, the U.S. government has been preparing for massive attacks, but it's been primarily focused on biological, often bombing attacks. One of the things I have not heard discussed at all in government circles is the notion that someone would hijack a plane and perhaps fly it into a building. So one of the questions that I'm sure that will come out of this, if this indeed is a terrorist attack, is what kind of defenses did the U.S. have in place to deal with an event like that?
Did the power go off? Did we lose power? Yeah, we lost power.
Moving people out.
Okay, then let me go quickly to someone named Don Wright, who saw the plane crash into the Pentagon. Don, are you there in Washington?
Yes, I am.
Can you tell us what happened?
Yes, it was about 9:35, and I was looking out our 12th floor windows at 1600 Wilson Boulevard in Rosslyn, Virginia, and I watched this. It looked like a commuter plane, two-engine, come down from the south, real low, proceed right on, and crashed right into the Pentagon.
Went directly into the Pentagon?
That is correct.
Looked like a deliberate act?
A deliberate act, sir.
And can you tell me what direction it came from, Don?
It came from the south.
Came from the south, up along the river, across the land?
It came from the south.
Okay, and did you happen to look at your watch? We thought it was just a little bit before 10 o'clock.
Well, I was watching ABC News, watching the Twin Tower, and about the time I saw the plane, I watched it come in very low over the trees, and it just dipped down, came down right over 395, right into the Pentagon.
And are you fairly sure that it was what we sometimes describe and recognize as a small commuter plane?
Yes, it was.
Good, Don. Thank you very much. Appreciate your help.
You're
Don.
very welcome.
Washington, we've also seen an attack on the Pentagon, or close to the Pentagon, the U.S. Defense headquarters. The White House and the Capitol have been evacuated.
Manhattan, I was able to fortunately speak to my wife, who was dropping the kids not too far from the World Trade Center for school. They are okay, but we can imagine folks watching these pictures that we've been seeing, wondering about their loved ones and having great difficulty getting phone calls in and out.
All I can tell you right now, as far as that is concerned, Lester, I talked to one police officer, and they say what they're going to try and do is just evacuate the area, get people out of this area as soon as they possibly can. Their next step is to somehow try and cordon off or close the roads, but they really haven't had a chance to do that because they're dealing with the buildings themselves at this point. I am told that most of the schools and most of the buildings in this area, even within like a 10-block radius, have also have been closed, and people are being told essentially to try and get out of the area as carefully as they possibly can. I heard noises out there now. What sounded like a megaphone. I'm not confirming that that's what I hear, but it sounds like police might be using some type of audio device to try and.
Rick, I'm going to interrupt you for a second.
Oh fuck! The whole tower. The whole tower collapsed.
No, I do not. But I thought I heard one of the guys say that they were down by Park Place.
I thought it was fucking inbound. You won't be able to call it on the phone.
You can try. It's working?
Is it working?
Yeah.
Zolar, go ahead, finish your thought.
Yeah, oh my God.
There's no thought.
Howard, and I'll tell you what, first second I hear on the news that it has anything to do with a towelhead or a dot-head bastard, I'm going to go out there and start going to those Arab stores and I'm going to start kicking.
No, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Don't say that, Zolar.
So, hey, I implore all Americans to get your arms together, baby. Get out there on the streets and go to your local freaking deli with them.
All right, I got it.
Back up!
Where? Let's go, come on. Back up.
All right.
Let's go! It's not worth it! Let's go!
George, have them mobilize the army! We need the army in Manhattan! All right, all units stand by. Everybody try to calm down. Manhattan's a field comm case. All right, Manhattan Division, Manhattan Car 9, urgent. Manhattan Car 9, urgent. All right, Manhattan, any unit operating at the 5th alarm, West Street and Liberty Street, at tower number 2, any unit came. Any unit operating at number 2 World Trade Center at the collapse, contact Manhattan by radio forthwith. 3-3 Bravo, Manhattan, urgent. 1215 Manhattan. All right, car 33 Bravo. We understand it's a major collapse. Can you give us some kind of report, Kate?
All right, thank you very much, Walter. Again, one or two more explosions again around the World Trade Center. We don't know if it was in the same building or adjacent buildings.
Can we re-rack that video that we were looking at as Walter was interviewing those people, because perhaps that will give us some indication of what this was. Obviously, there are buildings nose to nose down there.
Yes.
We have no idea if this was a third explosion or if it might have been something from the debris raining down from one of the World Trade Center towers. It appears to be to the south of those buildings, but take a look at those pictures, and that is quite an incredible sight.
That picture on 2, did you ever think you'd see that in the light?
No, it's really war.
It's like a nuclear bomb hit the city.
Yeah, it really is.
It's so beyond Pearl Harbor. It's just so beyond.
It is beyond Pearl Harbor.
The entire city is covered with...
At least Pearl Harbor was...
And the Pentagon's on fire.
installation.
Right. What went on at the Pentagon? The plane crashed into the Pentagon?
Yes.
Oh.
And now they're saying there's one other plane on the radio they think is still up there.
Oh,
I don't
no.
know if
Really?
it's down yet. There must have been a third target in New York.
Somebody to come get us out. Bring it back in.
Guys!
I'm going to bring it to the command post. The fire department command post.
Yeah. Mark Speed, where are you? Mark Speed, where are you?
Portable crew. I'm not with the truck. I'm by myself. Portable. I have Keith Lane and Jack Kelly here too. Here with me too.
Look how much dust is in that lower Manhattan now. It's covering the Lower East Side.
I can't imagine what the other buildings nearby have been.
They've been destroyed.
I was just on Liberty Street yesterday.
This is the kind of thing that you read theoretical things about what's going to happen.
At 8:55, I came out of the Battery Tunnel. That I had during the course of the night.
You alright? Trying to get in. What for? Management over there.
Not anymore.
Management there. I took the day off so I could get my bathroom ceiling fixed.
Would you have been in the building?
I would have been right where they landed.
Jesus.
I would have been on 86, One World Trade.
Took your day off today.
Happened the first time too.
When was the first time?
93.
What happened?
I walked out of the basement, the walls came in. Hey, sit down. Sit down.
Slow breaths. Take a couple of slow breaths. Clear out here. Joe, do your worse than that.
What happened?
What? The building collapsed. Part of the building collapsed. So, at least that's what I think happened. Everybody's running like.
Again, this all started this morning at about 10 minutes to 9 o'clock. We understand that a commercial airliner, maybe a small commercial airliner, was apparently hijacked leaving the airport in Boston, Logan Airport in Boston.
Everybody on, let's go! Right through that entrance! Quick. I got no right.
This is tape just turned around from ground level of the Pentagon, where apparently another plane has been driven into part of the Pentagon. We have no casualty figures right now, but you can see the steady stream of people leaving the Pentagon, evacuating. As you may well know, the Pentagon is a series of rings inside rings inside rings, a huge building, and an enormous number of people to evacuate. This attack occurring after 9 o'clock East Coast time, so folks were clearly at their desk, at work at the Pentagon when this occurred. Back to the situation in New York right now. We have on the telephone with us Will Femia. He is...
Well, the latest I have for you is the Associated Press news agency is saying that the plane that crashed here in Washington crashed into a helicopter launch pad near the Pentagon. So it seems, if that report is correct, that the Pentagon itself has not been hit. But there is a fire in the vicinity. The White House and other government buildings and, of course, the Pentagon have been evacuated, but certainly no reports of casualties here in Washington.
And I was about a block and a half, 2 blocks away. It started coming down. I turned my camera on, got the initial fall, got the debris, turned my camera around like this, and ran up to where we are now, which must be 10, 12 blocks away from the scene. I'm exhausted.
All right, man. Thanks.
All right.
That could have been done to that part of Manhattan, and it's got to be beyond the control, certainly, of the emergency services and everyone else in the city of New York's ability to well.
I don't know anyone who could handle this, David. I mean,
we must be looking at Washington right now.
Now we are looking at the Pentagon. Yeah, that's the Pentagon. I recognize the facade of the building. That was the subject of only one plane so far, but again, in New York, the third attack came about 45 minutes after the first, so there is no way to know at this point.
Okay, I don't know where we are.
Where do we go?
Broadway.
Truck 15 to Manhattan.
All right, ladder 1 side, go.
Truck 15 to Manhattan.
Ladder 15, you're on. Go ahead.
This is an EMS worker. There's been a major collapse. We need additional units forthwith.
10-4, we have multiple units on the way in. Ladder 1-5. Can you ascertain if field comm is part of the collapse case?
Ladder 1-5 to Manhattan. Be advised, I'm not a fit need MOS. I'm an EMS MOS.
Ladder 1-5. Manhattan, any unit that's number 2 World Trade Center.
This is the second tape. The third explosion just occurred. Can't even see the second tower of the World Trade Center anymore.
Right now.
American Airlines has just confirmed that it was Flight 11 from Logan Airport to LAX, which was involved in one of the 3 World Trade Center attacks. I believe this is a 767, which has a maximum capacity of 300 passengers and crew, I believe. Just to give you, can we go to a shot of the Pentagon quickly? Because just to give you an idea of the sheer terror of what is involved here, one Associated Press radio reporter is quoted as saying, I saw the tail of a large airliner. It plowed right into the Pentagon. There is billowing black smoke, as of course we continue to look at the devastation at the World Trade Center.
You didn't even try to get on a takeoff truck. Huh?
Should have taken my bag. We are going to Uncle Adam's house. Come on, let's go! Go, go, go!
It's back.
Take it on the other side of the barrier. On the other side of the barrier. Let's go. Come on, I'm fucking people's life. On the other side of the barrier. Come on. The other side of the barrier. The other side. Hop up there. On the other side. Up there. Up there. Everybody up there. Any two here.
And we're talking about a 767, which, for example, can hold a maximum of 300 people. And we are now talking about 4 separate attacks. We're talking about attacks. 1 at the Pentagon, 3 now at the World Trade Center, the last of which has leveled the South Tower, Mark?
The South Tower.
We can show you now what happened just a few moments ago at the Trade Center. Watch the building to the left, to the back of those 2 buildings. This is just a few minutes ago. We don't know if something happened, another explosion, or if the building was so weakened it just collapsed.
Give him here. Give him here. You can watch. You can film it. Okay. Take a hold. make a fucking hole! You make a fucking hole! You make a fucking hole! Back up!
Of course, yeah, we do have Audrey Barnes back now on the phone. She has a view of the Pentagon. So, Audrey, yeah, there she is now. So, Audrey, tell us where you are and what you can see.
Okay, if you look over my shoulder, you can see the Pentagon is still on fire right now. I'm right beside it. You can see hundreds of Pentagon employees have been evacuated from that building, and it is still burning right now. Most of the fire, you can see the flames shooting up behind that little guard shack there. There are hundreds of people on the lawn, and every 5 seconds another emergency vehicle goes by to try to get this fire under control. We have seen employees trying to console each other. People are walking around in absolute shock and disbelief. Now, we were at the State Department right when this happened. We saw State Department police running out of the building, telling everybody get away. And I look up and see this giant plume of smoke coming from the Pentagon. So we got over here, and this is what we found: the Pentagon on fire there. Still quite a scene of devastation out here. People really don't even know which way to go. They've gone away from the building. Now people are running back towards the building. Just a scene of utter chaos out here.
Those fucking bastards. Them fucking bastards. All my co-workers are dead.
Yeah?
They have to be. I just talked to a guy who was down in the basement.
So what do you think it was?
They flew planes into the building.
Planes? More than one?
Yeah.
How many?
Well, they understand too, but I don't have all the details. I only heard it on the news.
So it was a terrorist attack?
Absolutely.
Subways are closed.
The subways are closed. Where's Casey going? He has no family to go.
Casey, you have no family. Get over here.
Get back here, you. He runs out with Gary.
And Howard, obviously, if you want to go, we'll fill.
I got nowhere to go.
Casey's going to OTB.
What about guys in a situation like me?
The horses aren't running.
Cab it out and take a train and...
Well, good luck.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I don't think you Vinny, I think you're here for
We better
good.
get a hotel room together.
That means
then.
I can do the show again tomorrow, Howard. Oh, no, it doesn't.
He's available.
Third plane crash. Get the cameras out of here. Let's go. Get off now. Go. Walk. Walk. Get back. Let's go. Just back up. Move your fucking camera out of the way. Take a hole, boy. Take a hole.
Remains of a airplane crash over on Lambertsville Road. And probably had a terrorist bomb on board that blew up. Don't know anything more than that. That's what I heard on the scanner. I just saw the smoke come up, and the explosion shook the house clear over here. And we are, 15 miles from Lambertsville. And it shook the heck out of the house.
Scenes on the street, people on their cell phones trying to find out what's going on, people calling loved ones trying to find out if they're okay. As you walk into this building, a lot of people out on the street not being permitted to go up and down through most of the elevators for security reasons. Obviously, as we think about the landmarks in Manhattan, people are taking very serious security precautions just for that reason. A lot of emotions I should share with you up in the newsroom too, as we hear these just gut-wrenching eyewitness accounts of what these people must be going through, especially in the Twin Towers right now. Just amazing.
We have just been told that this, what we thought was another explosion, was indeed, according to the Associated Press, another building that has either been attacked or exploded. So it appears to be separate from the two that we have already witnessed this morning.
Want to go down there? See what goes on? It's actually clear here. Maybe we should stay here.
amid credible
terrorist
threats.
All right,
Dave,
go ahead, take it.
Thank you. We've got some eyewitnesses as you... Mike, why don't you stay on, show the pictures over here, and I'll talk to the eyewitnesses. You can look at what's going on, the firefighting efforts. We had a couple people who were in the Pentagon at the time. Tell me what happened.
We were sitting at our desks having a meeting, and there was a large shutter, or there was a shutter of the building, and the sound of a large thud.
Right, you could hear the impact, and there was a large concussion, like an explosion would do. The air would be a concussion.
But we didn't know there was an explosion. It was clear. We looked at each other and knew that something catastrophic had happened, but we had no idea what it was. People began evacuating immediately and went outside. And it wasn't until we were outside we realized what had happened.
How far away from you in the building were you when it happened?
Well, if you divide the building into fifths, 5 pie slices, which is the way the Pentagon renovation is scheduled. This is in the first wedge, the new wedge that just was finished, and we were in the next one over.
Did you see any injured other than the ones who were out here that we saw?
I didn't see any injuries.
Did you see what size of plane it was when you got outside?
No, but walking up here now along the road, there are pieces of aircraft spread all the way up the road, at least a third of a mile from the impact site.
What goes on? Can you tell us what would be in those offices, generally speaking? I know you can't go into great detail.
Well, we're looking at the E-ring of the Pentagon, and that's where the more senior officials are. That area, I believe, is where the Army Deputy Chief of Staff for Operations and the Army Deputy Chief of Staff for Personnel's offices are.
We're looking here also, I believe, I don't have a monitor, but I believe you're looking at one of the injured being taken away by Arlington Fire and Rescue. They've been on the scene since a few minutes after this happened. And I mentioned before, but the firefighters and police officers on the scene here have all been warned, keep a close look at the skies, watching for a possible second attack as what happened in New York. Mike and Andrea.
Howard Shapiro of Goldman Sachs, which is at 1 New York Plaza in the heart of this situation, is on the phone. Howard? Howard?
Yes.
Can you tell us what...
Hold on 1 second, I can't hear you. 1 second. Okay, hello?
They're closing your building, obviously. What can you see? What do you know?
Okay, I'm at 1 New York.
The police department recommends you evacuate via FDR Drive. The building...
1 second, I'm sorry.
Let's go back. Evacuate by FDR Drive. I repeat, the building is officially closed. Please evacuate on the South Street side.
All right, you got to get out of there, Howard.
I'm sorry. I'm going to give you 1 minute here.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm on 1 New York Plaza on the 46th floor, so we're about 5 to 7 blocks from the World Trade Center with obviously a bird's eye view of the buildings. We heard a large explosion for the first attack, and we all ran to the window and we thought a boiler had exploded. We weren't certain what was happening, and then a few minutes later, I saw a large commercial airline plow into the second building, very clearly veering in towards the building. And then now 5 minutes ago or so, or 3 minutes ago, the building imploded. All there is a large plume of smoke all over lower Manhattan up to the 46th floor. I literally see papers from people's offices from the World Trade Center floating in the sky past me, past the window.
Howard, thank you very much, and I think you better get out of the building.
I'm on my way. Bye.
Thank you very much. Howard.
All right, Manhattan, any unit operating in number 2 World Trade Center, urgent.
EMS Ladder 15.
Ladder 15, Manhattan.
Do you have a...
Yeah, I want you to go to the nearest chief, fire department chief, and have him come to the radio forthwith. If you find anybody with a white hat, get him to the radio. I need a report to find out what else I can send to him.
40 charge.
All units stand by, my sergeant. Is there a staff chief or a battalion chief trying to call Manhattan?
Ladder 15 to Manhattan. We're sitting at the command post. Be advised.
There's a secret shelter in the building. They're coming out now. All right, all units stand by. Ladder 15 and ladder 15 only. Go ahead with your message. Ladder 15, you have a message? What other unit calling Manhattan? What other unit calling Manhattan? 31 active calling Manhattan. Battalion 1, go ahead. Engine 231, I'm at the World Trade Center. Do you want me to relay a message? Yes, I want you to find the chief officer and have him come to this radio so I can find out what additional help I can send them. You have 3 fifth alarm assignments and a second alarm assignment, either at the scene or responding. Let me know who's in command there at this moment.
But we have one of our producers on the phone, and I didn't get the name, so why don't we just go ahead? You there?
Yeah, this is Rose Arcee calling from New York.
Rose, tell me what you know.
Just a few minutes ago, we saw there's a portion of the building where the first plane struck that seemed to be buckling inside itself, almost as if the top of the building was going to fall. Shortly after that, 2 people, it's hard to tell whether they were being pushed or they physically approached themselves the sort of river side of the building. It would be the west side of the building, and appeared to jump from the top floors, just under where you're seeing the smoke and fire.
That is extraordinary. The South Tower, the World Trade Center, has collapsed. Again, tell me, how long ago was it that you saw this?
This must have been about 5 minutes ago, and prior to that, you could see heads popping out of windows right beneath where that big gaping hole is. So there appeared to be people alive right below where the crash point was, and were trying to find some way out of there. And just as the thing started to buckle, you saw them plummeting from that top floor.
Right, and perhaps this is stating the obvious. We apologize for that, but obviously people were... You've been up for what? That's right. Oh, that's great. I've just been continuing to get one up now. Yeah, they got down, right?
Close the door. Come on out. When you come out, come out.
Yeah, keep the door closed, guys. Guys, in or out, in or out.
In or out.
Audrey, with regard to the Pentagon, the reports that we have received is that the plane may have impacted on that helicopter pad, and there's a small control tower there set up on that side of the Pentagon near where you're standing. Can you see any of the wreckage itself? Can you confirm that, or does it look like it actually impacted the building itself?
It is not on top of the building, and your description of a helipad seems to be what I'm hearing from people out here. And the fire crews are able to fight this fire from the ground, so it seems like most of the wreckage is on the ground right beside the Pentagon, and the smoke is just billowing from that side of the building. So that seems to fit with what you're saying about that helipad. We also have heard reports that witnesses have seen the tail end of some kind of aircraft going into the Pentagon. We are still trying to confirm that information.
The Sears Tower in Chicago has been evacuated, and we'll continue to check on the circumstances there. The Pentagon, the State Department, and the White House have been evacuated in Washington as well. The President has said
with MSNBC.com, our web partner. Will, can you tell me what you have seen and describe what's going on now? Will Fahmy, are you with us?
Yep, can you hear me?
Yeah, sure can. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, great. I started watching at the second explosion. Let's see. I'm about a few blocks south of the towers, and my wife called to say that there had been the first explosion. So I ran out, I looked out my window, and the street was full of people all looking up and like pointing and just staring, let's see. When the second plane came, it was like a long rumble, like you could hear, like it sounded like thunder coming
coming. And then I heard the explosion, and I look up, I saw the building across the street from me, its lights just sort of dipped and went out and came back up again, and I looked up at the tower and just saw this huge plume of flame and smoke shoot out with like debris, like ticker tape parade quantities of debris, like just the sky filled with little pieces of bits, and it was coming down. And when that happened, the people on the street just turned and were like running, screaming. Then slowly the people started to come back. Rick was right about the police using audio. I just heard them go down my street as well. I couldn't quite make out what they were saying, probably telling us to leave.
Will, have you seen any signs of casualties? And I want to let folks know we're looking at a live picture now. This is along the West Side Highway, the west side of the trade towers there. In fact, Pat Dawson is doing a live report on the network side. Let's listen into Pat.
And they could barely breathe as they came back. The smoke and the dust, as you can imagine, from such a collapse was extraordinary. Basically, at this point, what we can report to you is probably what you have heard, and that is that the two World Trade Centers, each of these two towers here in New York City, have been struck by aircraft. It is, according to the President of the United States, an apparent act of terrorism. Right down here, we cannot tell you much more in terms of specific information other than to say that there are probably at this stage, I would say, hundreds, perhaps in the thousands of emergency workers who in the last hour and a half have managed to work their way down here to lower Manhattan and basically try to get into this fray. We are standing right here about 10 to 12 blocks north of the World Trade Center. These firemen that you can see, firefighters are walking down towards the site now, and they literally have been arriving by the dozens over the past hour or so. As we say, probably in excess of 1,000 or more emergency workers from New York City and surrounding areas converging on this site now to try to make some sense of it. As you can imagine, at this point there is a certain level of chaos because they're just trying to sort out who's alive, who's not. We did speak to, as I said before, some of the emergency workers. They are police officers from the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. That is the organization that has jurisdiction over those two buildings specifically, as well as bridges and tunnels. I spoke to two of them who were actually down there when that building collapsed. They said that they speculate that the loss of life had to be horrific, that there were not that many people down there on the streets at that point, that most of them who had been evacuated, that is civilians. But on the other hand, they said that there were literally hundreds of emergency workers who were down at that end. They have no idea the level of loss of life at this point. When I asked one of them why he was going back in as he suited up since he could barely breathe, he said, "It's my job." And there may be some of my brother officers in there. There may be other people in there.
You can walk to the broken bridge.
Yes.
Shortly after that, two people, and it's hard to tell whether they were being pushed, and they physically approached themselves to sort of river side of the building, would be the west side of the building, and appeared to jump.
Charlie Foxtrot, Mike Delta Echo, Roger. Radar services terminated. You're 10 miles southeast of the field, and you can contact the tower. They know you're coming.
Okay, Mike Delta Echo, and I guess they're going to have to carry on, eh?
Sir, the whole system is shutting down. The whole system.
I took radar on him coming. Okay, Mike Delta Echo. I took radar on him.
It's likely that United is down. We've got a report from a guy at 24 of a cloud of black smoke off his left.
Wheeling Pit, 97.
But we don't have confirmation.
Well, Cleveland Falcon 20 Victor Fox, sending a 9,000 out of 10.8.
Falcon 20 Victor Foxtrot, sir, check for an ELT. Do you see any activity out there? Probably on your right side, smoke or anything like that?
Negative, we're searching. Hold on, bud. Still there? Yeah, we do have a smoke puff now at about, probably 2 o'clock.
Okay, Okay, you're 2 o'clock, and I need to know how many miles, sir. Blue Ridge 227, Blue Ridge 227, contact Cleveland 121.2, 21.2.
21.2, Bridge 227.
How's everybody holding up?
Over in Washington, another attack, this time against the US government itself. We've got pictures from the Pentagon. Close by to the Pentagon, another plane, possibly also hijacked, went into or near the Pentagon. Smoke billowing from there. The fires appear to be out of control.
You in what building?
I was in One World Trade Center.
And what was it like in there? Did they start evacuating?
Yeah, as soon as you got hit, I was thrown to a window. So I was very lucky to get out. There's a lot of people that didn't get out. There's a lot of people coming down the stairs, burnt up. It's bad.
Were there other people that were hurt or lying
There was a lot of people hurt. They were lying on the floors, coming down the stairs. A lot of people had asthma attacks while they were coming down. It was bad. It hit in One World Trade Center, it hit somewhere on the 67th floor. I was on the 56th.
And was it chaos trying to come down the steps?
Yes.
What was it like? Describe it for us.
Everybody was on top of each other trying to come down, and then somebody finally calmed the crowd down to get them to come down the stairs in an orderly fashion and get them out of the building.
And what just happened now?
The building just came down. One of them. I don't know which one came down. I don't know if it was one or two.
What did you start doing when that happened?
Running. Like everybody else, but trying to calm the people down while they were running, because I told them this is how people get hurt. When they start trying to, get out of the way, and it's just crazy. I just thank God I made it down from 56.
What's your name?
My name is Debbie.
Debbie, your last name?
Troy.
Troy, and where do you work?
I work at C&P Press.
Thank you. Thank you, Debbie.
And we're seeing layer upon layer of tragedy here. The original planes that went into the World Trade Centers were apparently themselves hijacked. At least one of them was. The latest news we've got is that it was an American Airlines plane, possibly with a number of passengers on it, which went straight into the top of the World Trade Center.
You all right, Stan?
Okay, what's your name? Yvonne Berger. What's your name?
Yvonne Berger.
Berger?
Yeah, I work at Lehman Brothers.
Tell me what you saw.
I saw the plane just collided into the middle, and then I saw the people jumping out of the buildings. It's just horrible. All these people are just jumping because they're on fire.
So you
And
saw people
my
fall?
coworker, his wife is on the 82nd floor.
Do you know any of these people at all?
No, but my coworker's wife is there, and I feel so horrible. I don't know if she made it out.
Where were you exactly?
I was outside when I was coming into the buildings. I came in a little late today, and I just saw the whole plane go right into it.
Did you see both collisions?
I just saw one of them because I was on this side. It's
And were you in the
horrible.
middle of the smoke? What was
They
falling
just
down
started.
around you?
They
What was
just
going on?
started pushing everyone out of the way, and then everybody just started running because you heard the explosion.
And what did you do?
I just ran, and everyone just stayed on the sidelines watching all these people jumping out of the building, and they're all on fire. It's just horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Our heart goes out to the people.
Thank you.
It's horrible.
course you feel like crying. This is absurd.
This is our country.
You knew this was coming. What did we do that was so wrong?
We
did nothing.
A good time.
We did nothing wrong.
And you know when they did it, Howard?
These are people who live in countries where they're
enslaved. They're going to say that we've participated in terrorist acts
Who cares?
as well.
You know what? Now's the time to stop their rhetoric.
That's their religion. This is our religion.
Now you got, for the first time, you got the excuse to really wipe out these animals.
Absolutely.
Animal countries. Don't target Osama bin Laden.
Howard, do you realize how many people are probably, dead or injured from
Thousands.
Fucking Habib.
So what makes you think it's immediately Arabs?
Yeah. What do you think?
Well, I don't know.
They're the ones that got us first, or Muslims, Egyptians, and the others were Pakistani. I'm not sure. It was a mix.
See what appears to be a layer of white dust or ash on the street. It's like snow.